What do you get when you cross an SUV with a luxury sedan? The Lexus RX 350. It's been one of the best-selling crossover vehicles on the U.S. market since its introduction in 1999. And its makers think its success has everything to do with their approach to making it.
We're very proud of what we do here in this plant, and in the quality of the product that we ship to our customers, it can compete with the best in the world.
It all begins in what they call the coil field in the press shop. These rolls of North American steel can weigh up to 55,000 pounds. Blanks are cut, inspected, then washed 2 times before the various panels of the vehicle are stamped out on 1,500 metric ton presses. The individual panels are transformed into the shell of the car in the weld shop. Highly automated, it takes robots 3.5 hours to perform the 4,000 welds required to complete the outer body. This process creates a lot of debris, as you can see. Throughout the production, they have declared an all-out war on debris and dirt in the entire factory because the tiniest particle could contaminate the body of the car.
The Lexus mindset is about perfection. So we say the passionate pursuit of perfection. That means that we have to pay attention to details.
This mindset has been imported to Canada to the only plant outside Japan that produces Lexus cars. The factory embodies the Japanese principle of Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. The employees are called team members to emphasize the importance of teamwork. And each worker is asked to build each car as though it was going to be their own. In fact, they can boast they produce 0 landfill waste during their manufacturing process. Robots may do most of the hot back-breaking work in the weld shop, but it takes a human's touch and intricate measurements to make sure it's right. There are over 220 process checks performed in the weld shop alone. It's the job of each shop to deliver a perfect product to the next process in the factory's line. So before the outer body heads out of the weld shop, team members check and buff it and vacuum the inside. Godzilla, the nickname for this robot, places the finishing shell onto a conveyor that runs above the factory floor and delivers it to the most restricted section of the Lexus plant, the paint shop. In here, the war on dirt is in full swing. Each body passes through multiple washes, rinses, dips, and coatings before paint is even applied. Anyone entering the paint shop must wear special lint-free clothing, and everyone has to go through an air shower.
The purpose of the air shower is to blow off any dirt, lint, or other particles that may cause contamination on the painted surface. Contamination can be many things. It can be dandruff, it can be lint from clothing, it can be dirt particles, and even certain hygienic products create problems. Contamination in the air that can cause very severe quality issues for us.
It takes each RX shell 11.5 hours to travel the 1.3 miles on conveyors to pass through the entire paint shop, including prep, paint, and final inspection. There's 12 stages of intense cleansing before the body is completely immersed in the ED, or electrodisposition tank, that's filled with an electrically charged solution that helps bond the paint to the surface of the car, as well as prevent corrosion. The shell is rinsed 10 more times before 240 feet of sealant is applied by both robots and team members. This also reduces rust, as well as outside noise for drivers. The primer, base coat, and clear coat is applied by robots. Ovens dry and bake the various applications throughout the process. Finally, before the shell is allowed to leave the paint shop, each body gets a white glove examination. A special combination of red, green, and blue light allows paint imperfections to stand out in orders of magnitude more visible to the naked eye. Imperfections that would otherwise be imperceptible in the indoor lighting of a factory. If any imperfection is found, even a tiny speck, it is repaired before leaving final paint inspection.
We go to extreme lengths to make sure that when the vehicle leaves this shop, that painted surface is as perfect as it could possibly be.
As it heads out of paint, the shell starts to look like a car. But it's in the very busy lines of assembly where the real guts of the vehicle come together. Coming up on Factory Made. Just add water and 2,000 parts to create a popular luxury SUV. Leaving the paint shop, the shiny body of the Lexus RX 350 is still a shell of what it's about to become. In assembly, everything from the electrical system, roof lining, and instrument panel, to the tires, seats, and gasoline is added. Parts delivery is assisted by AGVs, or automated guided vehicles that run on sensors buried in the floor. These robots help things run smoothly and keep lines free of clutter in assembly. As each shell arrives on the assembly floor, the doors are removed. This is to improve accessibility inside the body and protect them from being damaged. This also allows workers to use special ergonomic raku seats to enhance their efficiency while building the car. While most of the assembly is done by hand, team members and robots work together to do some of the heavy lifting, like putting in the front and back windows and installing the instrument panel. Computers even regulate torque on nuts and bolts before the vehicle moves on to the next station.
It's all about attention to details, and that can only be done by people.
The engine comes from West Virginia. It's the only large component not assembled in the Cambridge factory. That's joined with the drive shaft, and finally it's time for the body of the RX to be married with the powertrain. Thanks to all the attention to detail, it's a marriage made in heaven. And as in the rest of the factory, there are inspection stations called quality gates embedded in every line. As part of the Kaizen philosophy, team members are allowed to build their own special additions to workstations. Here on the Chassis 2 line, this wagon dolly was created by workers to put tools and supplies exactly where they need them, right at their fingertips. At the end of the line, the now finished doors are reunited with the same body they left earlier. Then the vehicle is started for the first time and run through some basic tests, including alignment, performance, and a major water leak test. It's like a high-pressure car wash. But they're still not done yet. Every RX is put through 75 consumer checks, done from the point of view of a driver. A further shipping quality audit is done on 5 random cars a day. This is a vigorous 90-minute inspection that double-checks the look, feel, precision, and even the smell of the cars. This final go-through essentially QCs the quality control system of the entire factory.
So the key benefit of this audit is that it's an inspection of all of our inspections. So if a defect is found here, then we've got a problem further back in our system at one of those quality gates.
The cars are loaded onto a train just outside the factory and shipped daily. On the way out, every car is put through basic tests on a short track, while 25% are driven on the longer 1.25 mile test track for more intense performance, handling, acceleration, and brake tests. By the time this brand new Lexus RX 350 leaves the factory grounds, it's been inspected almost 1,800 times.